talk about health and wellness, a lot of us may focus on physical health, but there may be other aspects that we don't want to ignore. This morning, we are hearing from Evan Miller, the CEO of Gameday Men's Health. Evan, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Why is it specifically important for men to think beyond physical fitness?
Yeah, I think it's the obvious first kind of instinct, which is let's just focus on physical fitness, get to the gym, take walks, take care of my body. But we know that the mind and body, right, you can't have one without the other. And so mindfulness, in touch with kind of what you're feeling, your thoughts, how you're self-talking to yourself, these kind of things really impact not just your physical health, but also your overall health and well-being. And so the two work hand in hand. Certainly, being in physical condition is helpful for overall kind of emotional and mental health, and vice versa, right? Having a strong kind of mindset and being kind of mindful about how you go about your day and how you talk to yourself. We all have that little voice in our head. Certainly impacts physical health as well.
Certainly, yeah, it all goes hand in hand. It all ties together. What are some signs that maybe guys aren't taking their mental health seriously?
I think an even better question is, are guys even thinking about taking their mental health seriously, right? It's still a bit taboo for many guys to say, hey, my feelings matter, my thoughts matter. It's easy to just go, you know what, let's just block it out, get on with my day, get through work, try to be a good, worker, good husband, good community member. But these things really are important to kind of stay on top of. We like to say that, again, that little voice in your head, he or she can control your day. And being mindful of just how you talk to yourself and view yourself is going to show up in how you kind of interact in the world as well.
Exactly. There's another kind of stereotype that guys don't like going to the doctor, but it's important, those regular checkups. How can that change somebody's health?
Yeah, so what we do at Gameday Men's Health is simple. For guys, we hate going to the doctor. We will avoid that appointment at any cost. It's the last thing on our list. We're the most likely to show up in the ER with when our arm is falling off. Outside of that, forget it. We're not interested. 3-step process. So come on into any Gameday clinic. We have many in Alabama, where you can come in and get free lab work. We're going to check your testosterone levels first. So this is something really important. And this plays right into what we were just talking about with kind of mental health, where there comes a time in every guy's life where he looks in the mirror and the kind of light switch gets turned off and he goes, man, I just don't feel like myself. Maybe I'm poor mood, poor energy levels, I'm not sleeping well. I kind of feel like I'm in a fog. Oftentimes that's low testosterone, and it looks like depression. It looks like a lot of these mental health issues, but it's really as simple as my hormone levels aren't where they should be. So at Gameday, we do free testosterone tests. Any guy in Alabama and throughout the country can come into a Gameday office and get his levels tested. 15 minutes later, he knows where they're at. Boom, he's right in front of a licensed clinician. And then we're building a treatment plan to help get his levels elevated. This kind of simple baseline lab work testing is so important. We believe it's every guy's right to know his numbers at Gameday.
Certainly. And when it comes to those treatment options, can you speak to the safety of all of that too?
Absolutely. Yeah. So this is all done under doctor care, the medical licenses. It's regulated by the state. So this is nothing that, you're getting through a buddy you met at the gym. This is a medical diagnosis, low testosterone. It's been around for decades and decades in terms of hormone health and how to care for it. So it's supervised by clinicians. We monitor all your lab work over time. So you're coming into any Gameday office and you're getting lab work done at specific intervals to make sure it's done safely. People always think testosterone, am I going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger? No, that's not what we're after here. We're just trying to get your levels to a healthy place. And for guys, when your levels are where they should be, kind of nice and balanced, that's when you start feeling better. That light switch gets turned back on, mood improves, energy improves, sleep improves, all these things kind of start to get better.
That's great to know. Evan, as we're coming up to a kind of busy time of year, do you have any advice for guys who are already stressed and are thinking about, oh my gosh, how am I going to handle the next few months too?
Yes. So for us as guys, again, simplicity is key. Give me a huge book to read or a huge program to follow. Forget it. I'm too busy. Give me something simple. And so this is what I tell guys all over the world. habits take 90 days. Okay. Let's start with one thing, maybe two things, and let's try to do them for 90 days. And maybe it's, hey, every day I'm going to take a 30-minute walk. Do that for 90 days. That becomes a habit, right? Those first 90 days, it's just a new practice and you're hoping it sticks. 90 days on, the research shows that becomes habit. So let's start with, hey, every day I'm going to take a walk. And then every night I'm going to go to bed at the same exact time. And let's start there. These simple kind of progressive steps. After the 90-day mark, it becomes a habit. Get into a game day office. Get your levels tested. For guys, father time always wins. Come into game day. We're going to test your levels, see where your testosterone is at. Within 90 days on a treatment program at game day, you're going to start to feel better likely as well, so long as you qualify for care. So those are kind of my two big recommendations.
Wonderful. Evan, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me.